Hello, this is Dennis Cavanaugh, meteorologist here at the National Weather Service in Fort Worth. And as we approach the one-year anniversary of the infamous Cobblestone Ice event, we wanted to take a look back at this event and provide you with an overview of what happened. And so we wanted to start off by looking at where the heaviest amounts of sleet and freezing rain fell. And you can see the bulk of this event occurred anywhere from the Dallas-Fort Worth area to the north and west. And so anywhere in the dark blue to the red colors, during this event we received 2 to 5 inches of freezing rain and sleet. And you can see off in the far northeast around the Paris and Sulphur Springs areas, it received mainly freezing rain, up to 1 inch of pure ice accumulation. And if we take a look at what this looked like on satellite, you can see large portions of North Texas were just coated with freezing rain and sleet. And most of the freezing rain and sleet really fell from Thursday night through Friday morning, and that's December 5th through the early morning of December 6th. And you can see here on the graph, the blue line represents DFW Airport's hourly temperature, while the red bars represent when precipitation was falling during this event. And so this is a radar loop of the precipitation that fell during this event. And the light green colors, that's really freezing rain that started to fall Thursday evening into Thursday night. And then wherever you see the yellow to red colors, that's really heavy sleet starting to mix in. And this was a prolonged event where we had either freezing rain or sleet falling for upwards of 12 hours across most of North Texas. And here's a look at what some of those impacts look like on the ground. You can see that we had a combination of sleet, slush, and well below freezing temperatures really resulted in a unique situation that resulted in some very rough ice patterns on North Texas roadways, what became known as cobblestone ice. There were many cars stranded throughout this event, and what we're going to take a look at next here is a timeline of this event from December 5th all the way through December 11th. And so first, we're going to take a look at, while the precipitation was falling, really Thursday night, what did North Texas roadways look like? And so these were the impacts Thursday night, Thursday evening into Thursday night. This was really before the sleet began to fall across North Texas, and so we had just a light coating of ice on most North Texas roadways. And this really only impacted elevated surfaces, but unfortunately there are a lot of elevated surfaces across the DFW Metroplex. And here you can see a semi-truck stranded on icy roadways. And so as we move forward from Thursday night into Friday morning, really all the precipitation had fallen, and now we have a lot of not just freezing rain, but we also have a lot of sleet on all North Texas area roadways. And this is a look at the impacts from all of the sleet that fell across the area. You can see it's not really frozen into any sort of cobblestone ice pattern yet. It's just quite a bit of loose sleet on area roadways, but still made for very slick road conditions across North Texas. And so during the day on Friday, even though our temperature stays below freezing, we do have some sunshine getting through the thin clouds. And what actually happens is the sunshine is able to heat up the road surfaces. And what that results is road surfaces that climb just barely above freezing during the day on Friday. This doesn't clear the roads by any means, but it does create a slush and sleet mix on all North Texas area roadways. And if you take a close look at this picture here, what you can see is the roads are very sleet and slush covered. And if you pay close attention to the tires, you can see a lot of the sleet and slush being kicked up by the tires. And so this sleet and slush mix, combined with all of the traffic that was driving on North Texas roadways on Friday, really created these rough sleet and slush patterns on top of North Texas area roadways. And what we're looking at now is from Friday afternoon through Saturday morning. So we have this sleet and slush rough mix on Texas area roadways. and the temperature falls down to near 20 degrees across North Texas Friday night. And this freezes this rough sleet and slush mix into place and what becomes known as a cobblestone ice pattern all across North Texas. And this is a good image of what this cobblestone ice pattern looked like on North Texas. These peaks and valleys and the sleet and slush mix that were frozen into place just created a very rough environment to try to drive on. And there was virtually no traction because it's really just solid ice frozen into this strange cobblestone ice pattern made for extremely difficult driving conditions all across North Texas. And from Saturday all the way through Sunday morning, unfortunately, temperatures stay well below freezing, and so the cobblestone ice pattern really sits on top of North Texas roadways for the entire weekend. And so this cobblestone ice pattern being stuck on North Texas area roadways for the entire weekend resulted in many travelers being stranded. And this is a picture of semi-trucks that are stranded on I-35 near Sanger. And some of these vehicles were stuck all weekend. And it's very difficult for these trucks to maneuver on the ice, and it was very difficult for road crews to get in and try to clean off and remove the ice from area roadways with these vehicles stranded. As we move forward from Sunday into Monday, temperatures did climb right to the freezing mark, which did allow quite a bit of the ice and the sleet to melt and really just return to a slushy mix on most North Texas area roadways. While there was still a lot of ice on the roadways, at least this allowed traffic to get moving again for the most part. This is what many North Texas area roadways looked like on Monday. You can see there's still quite a bit of ice on the roads, but at least the ruts where cars were driving did become mainly just wet, allowing traffic to get moving again. But you see this still left quite a bit of ice and slush on the area roadways by Monday night. Unfortunately, on Monday night into Tuesday morning, skies cleared out, and the temperatures really plummeted again down to around 20 degrees. Unfortunately, we did not get warm enough on Monday to remove all of the ice, sleet, and slush off North Texas area roadways. So once our temperatures plummet, we have a return of cobblestone ice, which made travel nearly impossible again across North Texas on Tuesday. Tuesday morning, we had the deep freeze again, and this resulted in a return to cobblestone ice. And you can see from this picture, again, this cobblestone ice is just a hard, rough ice pattern that was nearly impossible to drive on. Which really impacted traffic again all across North Texas on Tuesday. After nearly a week of having to deal with cobblestone ice across North Texas, we finally warm up enough on Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons to help remove the bulk of the sleet and ice mix off of North Texas area roadways. This results in streets that are mainly wet and mainly ice-free. And from this picture on Tuesday, you can see that the streets were not completely ice-free, but at least the ruts where most of the traffic was driving was free enough of ice that traffic was moving again at a pretty good pace. And by Wednesday, most of the roads were completely clear as we really warmed up. In summary, what do we need to get cobblestone ice on North Texas area roadways? Well, to start off, we need a lot of frozen precipitation on the roadways. So, of course, the 2 to 5 inches of sleet and freezing rain, that's a necessary ingredient. Second, you don't just need the sleet on the area roadways. Some combination of traffic, warmer road temps, and air temperatures near freezing need to mix some slush in with all of the sleet. Once the air temperatures fall well below freezing or the traffic stops, the slush really acts like a glue and freezes the bumpy sleet and slush mixture in place, and this is what results in the cobblestone ice pattern on top of the area roadways. If you're missing any of these ingredients, then you're probably not going to have this cobblestone ice type condition across North Texas, so it is very rare. And why were the impacts so extreme across North Texas with this event? Well, the amount of ice that fell was fairly substantial. The amount of sleet and freezing rain combined of 2 to 5 inches, that's very rare for this region. There was a limited mitigation window, and all that means is there was a limited amount of time to get all of this ice and sleet off of North Texas area roadways. There's really only a handful of hours on Friday where the sleet and slush was loose enough to remove with plows from the area roadways. Once it was frozen in place, once temperatures dropped well below freezing, it's almost impossible to get rid of. The ice, pure ice depth, ended up ranging from a ½ inch to 4 inches, just depending on where traffic caused peaks and valleys in the slush and sleet mixture. Once it's frozen into cobblestone form, it is very difficult to deal with and almost impossible to remove. Fortunately, these ingredients are thought to be quite rare, so hopefully we will not see another Cobblestone Ice event across North Texas for many, many years. But we want to thank you for watching this event review, and if you do have any questions or comments regarding this video, please feel free to email us at sr-fwd.webmaster@noaa.gov.